approached a month since I began living within the Shinsengumi headquarters. Hijikata and Sanan finally returned to the compound from their trip to Osaka, but spirits were low. Sanan's injury had unforeseen consequences for everyone in the organization. Day-to-day operations became hectic for a little while. His wounds seemed quite dire, and they drained whatever goodness in his nature he'd hoped to keep. Sanan would spend days holed up in his room, protected by a barrier of impenetrable silence. If he were to leave his room, a rare occasion now, he was often short-tempered and quickly retreated. Even though I too spent days in the exile of my room, he seemed to take it much differently. Sanan seemed trapped within a painful memory, each day bringing him closer to a gloomy twilight. I softly pondered what service I could offer to the Shinsengumi if I were not allowed to search for my father. I'm sure Hijikata is overwhelmed with whatever business he's dealing with, but I need to visit him. I realized with tension so high that it's better to have Hijikata on my side rather than not. I crept around the hall looking for Hijikata, but now he was nowhere to be seen. Would it be impolite to visit his room directly? As I paced around the hall in contemplation, an unknown warrior appeared before me. I've been living in the Yagi residence for a month, but he was unfamiliar to me. My current dilemma compelled me to approach him. Excuse me, have you seen Hijikata? The man turned to respond, and my eyes widened to scan his enormous frame before he spoke.
And who might you be? Mind telling me what you're doing here?
Oh, well, it's a long story.
Don't make me repeat myself. Answer me!
I'm Chizuru Yukimura.
I recall the commander recruiting a young apprentice as his new page. That must be you.
Yes. I wasn't aware that they were telling people that I was an apprentice warrior at headquarters. However, my reputation was the last thing on my mind as I faced this man's pressuring gaze. I didn't appreciate the harsh scrutiny he seemed to impose, scanning me from head to toe.
So why don't you start by telling me how you know the chief and commander? I hear you're from Edo, but what kind of tricks do you have up your sleeve to slide in here?
I did no such thing!
But judging by how defensive you became, it sounds like I'm on the right target. Look, this isn't the place where someone without any worth in the battlefield or in the strategy room can waltz in without earning it. I'm gonna ask you one more time. How did you get in with the chief and commander? I, Kanryu Takada, am asking you a question. What makes you think you can just ignore me?
He grew increasingly agitated, almost like a petulant child, because I refused to answer him. He reached his massive hand over towards me, as if to grab me, but then a voice stopped him.
Hey, Takada! What the hell are you doing here?
When he recognized Hijikata's voice, he snapped his hand back to his side.
Well, well. Commander Hijikata. I'm here on business with Chief Kondo.
Is that so? I've heard nothing about this.
He called me on special orders to assist him while Colonel Sanan was out of commission. However, as it appears, Chief Konon is nowhere to be seen. so I'll be on my way now.
Takada turned to take his leave, but then he slowed his step, leaving us with a few words.
As a side note, Commander Hijikata, are the rumors true that you've welcomed the young blood as your page?
Yes, but it's none of your concern to know more.
Forgive me. I'll refrain from pressing for details, as it seems to be out of my jurisdiction. I do, however, question your predisposition towards keeping those from your birthplace close to you. It would seem I forget myself. Please, excuse me.
Once Takeda exited the hall, I couldn't help but feel a rush of relief.
Hey, Yukimura. Don't be walking around the headquarters without permission.
Yes, sir. I didn't mean to cause trouble.
Your presence here is not common knowledge, and only those staying at the Yagi residence know. Be mindful of anyone who visits from the Meikawa residence. Is that clear?
Clear. I promise to be more careful going forward. So, may I ask who that man was?
That man is the captain of the 5th Division.
His name is Kanrei Takada.
His swordsmanship is decent, but he is well-read and possesses a cunning mind for military science. He's a tricky one, so be careful.
Clear.
Furthermore, if you have no business being out, then I expect you to stay put in your room.
Hijikata attempted to dismiss me, having said what he felt was appropriate as a stern commander. I don't get many chances to see Hijikata, so I took the opportunity to offer my aid at the house. I actually have a favor to ask of you, Hijikata. Staying in my room for long periods alone makes me feel terribly useless. Would you please give me something to do? I'll do anything! Cleaning, laundry, anything! Hijikata sensed the sincerity in my plea, and it appeared as though he actually considered it.
Do you really find yourself incapable of occupying your time in your room productively?
Well, a little.
Fine. I shall discuss with Gen. So until further notice, stand by for your orders.
Really?
This is under the condition that you are to keep from interacting with outsiders. Understand?
Understood. But thank you so much. The next day, Inoue informed me that I was given more freedom within the headquarters, which allowed me to exit my room freely. My duties included cleaning, laundry, and cooking. Not the most glamorous of chores, of course. However, it gave me an opportunity to occupy myself as opposed to going stir-crazy in my room. The 4th year of the Bunkyu era became the Ganji Ganan, and the summer sweetly blossomed. Spring shed its blooming skin, giving birth to lush green trees facing the wide open sky. During one of these beautiful summer days, I finished cleaning after everyone, ate breakfast, and Saito brought me through the hall to Hijikata.
Commander, it's Saito. I've brought Yukimura.
Come in.
Saito responded by quietly opening the sliding doors, gesturing me to enter the room. Upon entering, I saw Hijikata, but also Okita, Nakakura, Harada, and Heisuke in the hall. It appeared only the captains, who were aware of my situation, were present.
I know you've been waiting for some time, but the time has finally come to let you out.
Really? I could barely contain the excitement in my voice as soon as the words came out of his mouth. So, is it true that there was a man in Fushimi that matched my father's profile?
We're not sure if it's true or not. It was our intention to let you verify for us, considering his daughter would recognize him best.
I nodded in response. For now, any information pertaining to my father was appreciated, so I was thankful. So, where is this man who supposedly looks like my father?
Our initial reports outline a place called the Harada Inn in Fushimi. Saito is assigned to check.
Saito is assigned? I wasn't sure if that meant I was to accompany Saito, or if I would have to wait longer for him. Then Harada chimed in.
But this doesn't necessarily mean Kono is a guest of this inn.
Yeah, being sighted in Fushimi could just mean he was walking around the city of Kyoto.
Exactly. So that's why I'm asking the three of you, Harada, Shinpachi, and Heisuke, to take her along on your rounds to assist her search for Kodo.
All of us? Usually we split up and go on rounds separately.
Hijikata didn't bother entertaining a response. Instead, he looked towards me. Was he suggesting these were the men who were responsible for dealing with me should I attempt to flee? Heisuke must have sensed this as well, so he made no attempt to push the issue any further.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't like the fact that you're making us do all the babysitting. I thought you planned on patrolling as well, Hijikata. So, for your own benefit, why don't you show your adorable page the ropes by having her with you?
What the hell are you talking about? Aren't you the one who pushed her onto me? I'm not having any of your insolence today. She isn't my page.
Maybe, but all of the lower-ranking men are starting to believe it. There is, after all, a grain of truth in every lie, so why don't you give her a benefiting job?
As Hijikata and Okita bickered at one another, the mood of the room was locked in tense words, until Harada whispered to me.
Well, Kyoto, as you've seen, isn't the safest place to walk around, so don't force yourself to leave. I mean, we all know what Kodo looks like too, so the risk doesn't have to be yours alone.
Could look for my father in Fushimi, or join the patrol round, assuming he's moved places, or stay here to keep safe from the outside, or accompany Hijikata as his page. What should I do? In that case, please allow me to accompany you, Hijikata.
Hey, what the hell are you saying?
Hijikata's voice trembled irritably, as if troubled by my suggestion, which made me nervous, but I thought I had a shot in convincing him. I mean, walking around town with you may help with getting leads to find my father. With the other warriors questioning my place, it may be in our best interests for me to act like your page. It could convince the others. I recalled in this moment my introduction to Takada, who voiced his skepticism plainly. After sharing my viewpoint, Hijikata's expression soured. Then he responded.
Listen, there's no need to believe in what Souji was describing about the city. He was just having fun and messing with.
Now, aren't you happy you have an adorable little page, Hijikata?
Hijikata stared bitterly towards Okita, and again it seemed we were trapped in their bubble of silence. But eventually...
Very well. But you better make absolutely sure that you stay the hell out of my way. Ugh.
Yes, I understand. I was somewhat surprised he obliged me, but I was so excited to join Hijikata and go outside.
What? You're leaving? Aww. Well, hey, you know, I have an idea. Why don't you like and subscribe? That way I mean, not that I like you or anything, but I like seeing you, you know?